Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's July 26, 2025, and I've been out doing some weeding today. Before that, I was taking measurements for the rebuild and all, and trying to determine what materials I have to replace. So I've got, some of the 8x6 by 16 blocks I've got to replace all the way around. I'm going to be pouring a concrete form raised area that's similar to the block wall that's going to go right down here, and it'll be 12 inches wide to hold the two 2x6 walls that are going to be right next to each other here as well. And just doing some of the planning. My brother came by yesterday, Dave came by, and we talked about some of the permanent truss supports as well. So that's one of the things I sent off today. I did some work on the truss supports and wanted to get his input. And I'll go over all those in a video in the future as well, for trying to make it as strong as possible for very high winds. Will it survive a tornado? No. But will it survive really high winds that we get here at times? Yes, I think it will. Considering how we're going to be bracing the walls, the shearing that we're going to be doing for it, and the truss supports as well, besides it being 2 foot on center, 612, and a metal roof. I did send an email off to Bill Edwards, who runs Skyline Solar. He's the one who installed our solar panels in the past, and I do plan on having him put in our power share. I have the power share for the Cybertruck, so that's going to probably go in the garage. But I'm also thinking about adding more solar either here or out back where the shipping containers are, and some power walls there as well. So those are things that I'm dealing with. I'm still dealing with materials lists and contacting, like Midland Bank. You already heard about that. I won't go into that anymore. And hoping for the best with the insurance company, waiting for the final estimate for repairing the green machine, the Avant 860i, all of those sorts of things. So those are things that I work on first thing in the morning, when I should be out here when it's cool, but it's not. So anyway, so so I did flame weeding first, up along the driveway and over here along this section here, the driveway going out back. And so this is what I use. I got this, I believe I got this from Farmer's Friend. They're really a good supplier for people who have their own, raised bed, small scale farms, small businesses like that and all. I really like the design. This has 5 torches on it that has a stainless steel shroud. I've talked about this before. I use a 20-pound propane tank to power it, and I can adjust the flow of the gas to the unit and all. And when we're flame weeding, now I did vinegar weeding as well after this, but let me see if I can get through the flame weeding. So when we're doing flame weeding, our goal is not to burn things. So in this video, you're going to see some of the previously flame weed material that subsequently turned brown and became devitalized and looks dead. Well, that stuff ignites and burns and turns black. So you'll see some flames, but when we're using the flame weeder, the goal isn't to burn the grass or the weeds. The goal is to give it enough heat source that it devitalizes the surface area of the leaves themselves, and therefore, it devitalizes the leaves, the stuff that's above the ground, the grasses and all, and they start to die back. There's still a lot of nutrient and energy in the root system, so these perennial plants will send up new shoots in several days. So like when you look right here, right up next to the garage here, you'll see some burnt spots. Well, this ignited a lot of the brown material that was devitalized before, and that's okay. But we went ahead and went over all of the green material again, and it'll take a couple of days for it to turn yellow and then brown, and then once it turns brown, then it is a source of being able to ignite and turn into flames. Now, I do spend a little more time when I get next to the pillars going up the driveway, because the grasses and the weeds had gotten so established in between the blocks and the gravel and wedging itself underneath there and all. I really did burn some of these areas right around each one of the pillars. But otherwise, I just go up the driveway a couple of times over the same area, just trying to devitalize. So like, you know, like grasses are relatively easy to devitalize. Many sensitive plants, all your annuals, for instance, they're just really sensitive to the heat and they die back really quickly. Just like in a drought, you see all the sensitive plants that you want start to die back, but the weeds, which are much more tenacious and they're perennial, well, they'll pop up and get a good foothold. So with some of the plants, we got to go over it a couple of times, or spend a little more time going slowly over the area to devitalize, you know, to make it so that the plant can no longer do photosynthesis and transpiration, the circulation of the fluids, and bringing the water up through the plant and out into the atmosphere, and making simple sugars from taking CO2 and photosynthesis and making simple sugars for the root systems. But those root systems are still well established there, so we've got to do it a few times. So all these ones, even though they look like they haven't been touched, these were flame weeded, and in a couple of days these will be yellow or brown. And we've got to do this a few times, because this whole area needs to be raked. It's going to need the soil conditioner going over it again as well. We don't need to dig out any soil because there's very little soil here. It's mostly all sand and gravel material that's here, and old stone. And it really does kick up a lot of stones when I'm out there working. So that's what you see in the video is some flames taking off. You'll see smoke where things are actually burning, but that's the stuff that was previously appropriately flame weeded, and the browns all died. The greens all be turned yellow and brown, and were tan, and then were much more ignitable, you know. And so we're real careful when we're doing this. And I see I've got a small wasp nest underneath the concrete there as well. So then I used a little electric sprayer and put 50% vinegar and some Dawn dishwashing detergent. The Dawn dishwashing detergent really does help for the vinegar to sit on the surface of the plants. Well, I went through a couple of the garden areas. I only got so much because I put 2 gallons in. It's a 2-gallon reservoir for the unit. But I'll tell you that, you know, first you have the flame weeding and the smoke that happens from the second burning. That isn't good for your lungs. And the second thing is that vinegar is so potent. It actually stings. I'm wearing shorts. It stings your legs when it gets on you too. So this is 50% vinegar with a little Dawn dishwashing detergent. A lot of people add salt. I did that in the past, but doing it in the garden, I didn't want to add any salt to it because that salt's going to be added to the soil. The problem with doing it when the weeds get as tall, you know, a couple of feet tall, is that there's some of the crops, you know, the raspberry plants, the blueberry plants, they got some spray on them as well. So we'll see what happens. I should be doing this earlier in the process, but the weeds have just gotten completely out of control, and I just don't have time to go through the gardens and do all the hand weeding the way you've seen me do in the past. And certainly I haven't had the time to stay on top of it, unfortunately, which is the secret to weeding your garden. And well, anyways, that's that. So I'm going to head back inside now and do some work. I've got more calculations to do for the building materials, and a heck of a lot more instructions to write for the guys, the crews, when they get here. If they do, just to be able to follow the instructions. In other words, you know, what sort of truss supports, anchors, positioning, everything that we're going to be doing. The posts that are going to be supporting the mezzanine, the headers that will be used, all of that sort of thing, and how everything will be constructed. And I'll ultimately share that with you folks, both in the diagrams that I'm creating and in video when we actually build as well. Well, at least that's my plan anyways. So that's it for today's video, folks. There may be some time lapse of me going up and down the driveway with a flame weeder, and I'm sure that'll be exciting. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I do appreciate your comments. I actually caught up on some of the comments today. If I missed anybody's, remind me and I'll get to them. But just trying to catch up on things around here is kind of crazy. Well, anyways, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and take care. Bye-bye now.
Out by the edge of the old gravel lane, where the wild things grow in the sun and the rain, they come back strong no matter what I do. But I got a tool and it's tried and true. It's a flame on the ground, not to burn but to break. A quick little kiss for the green I won't take. I don't scorch the earth, I just turn down the fight, blister their pride in the heat of the light. Yeah, I walk that line with a purpose and sound, just me and my flame on the ground. Aluminum frame, stainless and clean, moves like a dancer through thistle and green. It don't leave scars, it don't leave a trace, just enough heat to slow down the chase. It's a flame on the ground, not to burn but to break. A quick little kiss for the green I won't take. I don't scorch the earth, I just turn down the fight, blister their pride in the heat of the light. Yeah, I walk that line with a purpose and sound, just me and my flame on the ground. Down by the driveway I'll hit it again, one more pass and I'll bury that stem. Perennials rise, but I've got the time to wear down the roots with a rhythm and rhyme. This ain't about war, it's about control, letting good ground breathe, letting nature roll. I don't till I don't tear, I don't rip or drown, just fire and patience, slowing them down with a flame on the ground. Not to burn but to break, a whisper of heat is all that it takes. The weeds bow low, then they lay down still, feet in the soil with the strength of their will. Yeah, I walk that path, boots dusty and proud, just me and my flame on the ground.